A very good evening, everyone. Brian Maloney here from Desire to Evolve. I hope everyone's having a great day. So, when I first became a consultant with the Proctor Gallagher Institute, there was one topic that I started to read up on, and it was persistence. Now, I'm sure, like many of you, there are certain areas in my life where I've been incredibly persistent, and in other areas of my life, I have shown a huge lack of persistence. So it's something that I'm trying to improve every day. I truly believe it's a habit that we can get better at and that we can become really strong at as time goes by and as we work on the principles that we've been taught. But where are the areas that you are persistent, or where are the areas that you are lacking persistence in your life? I remember from listening to Bob Proctor before when he spoke about Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay, his Sherpa guide, when they went to climb Mount Everest. And I think it was in 1952 and 1953 that they failed on their attempt to climb to the summit. But due to them having a goal, due to them having a vision, and due to those two men being incredibly persistent, they ended up in 1954 managing to climb to the summit of Mount Everest. And in so many unique ways, I truly believe that they failed their way to the top. They got so many experiences as they climbed and made that massive effort to go towards the summit. And yes, they failed on two or three occasions, but in the very end, in 1954, they got there. They were persistent. So where are you being persistent in your life? Imagine when Dr. Vernon von Braun spoke to John F. Kennedy, and when John F. Kennedy asked him what would it take to bring man to the moon in a rocket and bring him back safely to Earth, he used five words. It was the will to do it. That will. Have you the will to achieve the goal that you truly want to achieve? Are you being persistent enough in having the right actions? Are you being disciplined enough? Do you hold the right standard? Do you hold the right attitude? And what is your self-image like? Are you going to be persistent enough to climb to the very top of your mountain? Are you going to remain in the foothills? These are questions that we really have to ask of each other and ask ourselves. We need to go to the inner man. And we need to ask ourselves, do we truly, truly want this goal that we're going to achieve? And are you going to be persistent enough? We can all be more persistent in our lives. It's amazing. I was just looking through some notes that I jotted down from earlier on, but I heard a great line in Napoleon's Hill book, or read a great line, I should say, in Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich. And I heard Bob Proctor mentioning this in so many of his talks, but truthfully at the time I didn't really understand it. But as I got a greater awareness, I did, and there may be no heroic connotation to the word persistence, but that quality to the character of the human being, what carbon is to steel. So remember, persistence, it's a unique strength. It's a strength which is essential to combat the fierce power of objections that you're going to encounter in your life, encounter on the goal that you go through. And it's amazing when we set a goal and when we set a target and we have a vision and we create that image in our mind. It's truly our loved ones at times that can knock us backwards. It's truly our loved ones that might say, I think you're crazy. Why are you going for that goal? They don't do it out of harm. They do it out of complete and utter love for each and every one of us because they want to see us reaching that standard in our lives. So again, are you being persistent enough in going to achieve your goal? You know, one thing that really frustrates me at times, people will say to me, oh, you know something, I'm comfortable with the results that I have. But you cannot become comfortable. If you start becoming comfortable, that's when you're in the real danger zone. You need to become comfortable with being uncomfortable. Remember, nothing magical can ever happen when you're comfortable. You cannot grow. Remember, our journey on this earth is all about self-growth. That's what we're supposed to do. But we need to be persistent enough on that journey. We need to show that grit, that fire in the belly to say that you're not going to give up no matter what those circumstances are. And, you know, we need to be productive. And look, there's several times in my life I haven't been productive enough. I've got into that comfort zone. I have got, truthfully, lazy about different things. But when I started to get that higher awareness, through the program that we teach, which is Thinking into Results, I started to find a whole new me. I started to find out, yes, that I wanted, I should say, first of all, to become better than what I was. I wanted myself to have a better attitude, a better standard, a better self-image, to be more disciplined, and absolutely to be more persistent in going to achieve my goal. And it's not easy at times to make those changes, but to go to where you want to go to, you have to become comfortable with being uncomfortable, as I said a few minutes ago. You have to have that grit, that dog has to come out in you, and you have to be able to say, I am persistent enough. And I can because I can. And the reason that you need to be persistent enough in going for your goal is that it's going to be harder on the others. That might be your wife, your husband, your partner, your children, or those that you truly love. It's going to be an awful lot harder on them if you don't achieve that goal that you want to achieve. Because when you achieve that goal, you can share with the family and friends. You can allow them to see what you truly want and what you truly have become. Just even looking through my notes here, how do I become more persistent? Well, look, you're not born with it. You cannot inherit it. Nobody else is going to develop it with you. But persistence is a habit. It becomes a way of life. And to develop this habit, you must want something. You must truly want something first. Remember what Bob had said in his videos before. And I teach this with some of my clients. The opening line, I said, what do you want? What do you truly want in your life? Because my mentor had asked that of me. And when I started to study the Thinking into Results program in the first lesson, A Worthy Ideal, Bob asked that of each and every one of us. What do you want? What do you truly want? And he asks, are you able to do it? And are you willing to do it? Are you willing to go through, that mountain? Are you willing to climb it, go through it, go around it, whatever it may be? Are you persistent enough to really push through? Because I think, each and every one of these people that are watching this video today, yes, you're 100% capable of pushing through. You're 100% capable of being persistent enough. You can develop this habit. You can become the better person, the greater person that you truly want to become, and that you truly know that you always can and want to become. As Bob would have said before, your spiritual DNA is perfect. You're all-knowing, all-powerful. I just need people really to start to believe that, to believe in themselves, and that will help with that persistence. It becomes that habit. It becomes a way of life. And when you want to be able to magnetize yourself to the idea that you truly want in your life. And I said it a few minutes ago again, you want to get that fire in the belly. You want to get emotionalized with it. You want to be able to get up off your bed every single day and when your feet touch the floor, to be able to say, this is a powerful day. I'm going to be persistent in going further so that I can achieve the goals that I truly want to achieve. And there's two questions, and I wrote them down earlier on when I was speaking to a client earlier. What are you truly doing with your life? What are you trading your life for? And are you making it a fair trade? And whatever you're doing, is it your decision or is it a decision that someone else wants for you to have? Could you be possibly one of these people, unfortunately, they're wandering the foothills? Ask yourself, are you wandering the foothills? Or are you climbing towards the summit of your mountain? Because nothing magical can happen in the foothills. Absolutely nothing magical can happen. Again, I said it earlier. Get out of the comfort zone. It's a dangerous area to be in. You can never grow when you're in that comfort zone. I want you to accept the idea. Please accept this idea. That today is your wake-up call. I want you to be able to say that, you can become more persistent. You will become more persistent. Because not only are you going to make it easier for yourself in your life, but you're going to make it easier for the others when you achieve your goal. So think about it today. Are you willing to climb your mountain? Are you willing to go to the summit? Are you willing to fail going forward? Or are you prepared just to stay in the foothills where nothing magical can happen? Be persistent. Be dogged. Get that fire in the belly. Get that clear picture in your mind. Create a strategy and build upon it. This has been Brian Maloney. Thanks a million. Have a great day.